Hi everybody, this is Echotransformer. I've got a video to show you today. I'm going to talk a little bit about an upgrade, a couple little minor upgrades I've been working on for Crazy Devy's kits. They've recently released this thigh kit, and there's been some issues with it. I'll go through what we can do to fix that. There's a little upgrade we've got for one of the legs. So just to start with the thigh kit, the first thing is the thighs shown here are actually the shapeways thighs that I designed a little while ago, and I've got them installed on Predaking. You can see what they do is they extend razor claws legs further down, and they actually allow for some swivel there at the ankles, and they actually work all in conjunction with the existing hips. And Crazy Devy's approach is quite different. These actually snap up in here and you sweep the legs back, and then the whole new leg attaches in this place. But what happens is everybody's having some problems with these, and I'll show you why. So I've actually taken the screws out of the bottom here, and what's going on is you can see when I open it, there's actually a couple of little ratchets there, and those ratchets, these sort of gear-shaped pieces, actually don't engage with anything. And I find that really interesting because then it's just friction that's holding this in place. And that's really different than this part, the hip part. Look, there's a really nice ratchet that they've engineered there, but for some reason there's nothing here. So that's why when you install these, the weight of the cast, the die cast razor claw on the arms, etc., just falls right over. So that's why everybody's having problems with these. So what I did is I looked at it, and I seriously think that they were just missing a part. So what I've done is I've engineered this little part, and what it does is it actually creates little ratchets, little teeth that engage on the teeth here. So I'll show you how it works. I'm just going to pop these out. This is the bottom half. So I'm just going to take that. I'm actually going to pop it in here and push it down. And that's it, really. And you can see there's little springs there that are going to push those little teeth up against the ratchets. Then I just kind of push this back in place. Now, actually, something I'm going to do is, it's always a good idea. I actually have this RC car gear grease. I use this for my Hercules parts and stuff, just to kind of keep things moving well. So I might as well throw some of that on here. So what I've done is I've actually put a little bit of the grease on these parts, and I'm just going to put it all back together. So the grease just again helps the wear and tear on these. It's going to prolong the life of the teeth. And these literally just go back together the way it was originally put together. And it's important that you actually put this hole towards the front. So you want the back side has these holes here, that hole's towards the front, and then I want to make sure I clamp that together, and that's going to put pressure on the new little spring piece that we put in there. So you can see the part just fits right in. There's no modification required with this extra spring part. And I'm just going to screw these together, and I'll be back in 1 second and I'll start to install it. Okay, so now I've actually got this screwed together, and what I had kind of hoped for with this part is that you'd get like a really nice click like this. You don't quite get a click like that, but you do get an actual ratcheting motion, so it actually locks in these different positions, and it's so much tighter than it was before. So this is really going to help bear the weight of this guy, and he's super, super heavy. So I'll start to install this. Now, it's always difficult with Predaking, especially the die-cast one. He's so heavy. You want to be really, really careful how you install this stuff. So I just start by taking all the really heavy stuff off of them. Okay, so there, that's popped up into place. And then what you do is you actually sweep the legs back like that, get them out of the way, and then the new thigh piece goes in here like this. So it fits right in there, and you can see just how much bigger that actually makes razor claw. I could go nuts and put them in my thigh extensions, but I'm not going to do that. It's going to be way too tall. I'll take my thigh extensions out, they just pop out. They're just in there with friction. It's actually a good moment for me to point out one of the other parts that I made. So to keep the legs at the same height, the Crazy Devy part actually controls the height in here with this little stopper. But on Tantrum, there's nothing to do that. So I came up with a little part here. It's really simple. It's just a little fork. And what you do is to just open them up, put this in here, and then it clips in place, and that's it. Now the height is set, and you won't have to worry about this sliding down and Predaking toppling to either side. So just a handy little part, simple little part. So now I'm going to go about actually attaching the legs here, and this is always tricky. There we go. Big parts, big stuff to handle here with Predaking as always. You start to get a feel for this. Look at the size of this thing, it's unbelievable. I'm going to put this big plate on here too. I think actually, you turn this around like that, there you go. And then that'll fit in there, so you can see that sort of covers up that area. And then his arms go in here, like so. You just see the bulk that this adds. And you can see even now, like the stability is improved on this guy. Again, with before he would just topple over. It was useless, those parts, without the extra ratchet in there. Now it actually works. So I'm going to pop this in here. And you'll see you can actually even pose this thing a little bit now, which is pretty cool. So that was the one thing. The thighs I made were really basic. I mean, they were just sort of extensions, so to speak. The new ones here actually have quite a bit of posability built in. So, hold on a sec. Just pop that in. Don't fall over. I mean, it's always a little bit tedious with Predaking. So there you go. That's the result. And again, what you can do, you can actually ratchet these out and rotate the legs a little bit. You can ratchet them inwards. You can actually do this carefully. You can actually bend at the knee a little bit here and on either side and get like a little more aggressive stance this way. So there's a lot of posing that you can do with them now that you couldn't otherwise have done thanks to the added ratchet parts.